Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel. My name is Sam and today we will be starting our gameplay series of Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. So the first thing that we actually see when we start up our game are the 4 character options that we can choose from. We also have the 2 new characters that came with Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, which is that boy and the girl all the way to the right. We were also given the option to change our character's skin type. So we have 3 skin types to choose from, but for the purpose of this game, we'll choose the default skin type and we'll use the new boy because I've actually yet to play with this character. So as you can see, we have the character's default name and we get to choose his birthday and a difficulty setting for our game. So I will choose his name right now. I actually have a name in mind already based off of a character from a show that I've been watching. So I'm actually adding his name and then we'll get on to his birthday and we'll choose our difficulty setting. So I think I typically go for spring and summer birthdays, but I think I'll go for a change this time and do autumn and get to pick a date. I don't remember when the festivals are, so I'm going to try to pick something that is not on a festival day, probably middle of the month for the season. Autumn 11, I think that's a good date. So now we're actually choosing our difficulty setting. We have a simple mode and a normal mode. That's something that we were never given the option of before. But I think today we'll do normal. I think, yeah, normal sounds good. Just so that way we can kind of like work towards our achievements and stuff and not go so easy on us. So let's get into it and see how it all goes. Hopefully we get rich very soon. I think it's actually really great that they kept the original background story for the game about how your grandfather passes away and he leaves his land to you. I think that's a nice touch for the nostalgia and it just ties in the whole story together of like it being a remake of the original game and even us meeting the same characters that we met back then, just a little bit updated. And I think we have 2 new characters if I'm not mistaken, a bachelorette and a bachelor that we'll meet today. So I'm really excited for you guys to see this. If you've never played the previous games before, I think that this game is just as fun as the original. I did not play the original as much. I don't know if I've actually even played it. I know I played Back to Nature, which is basically the same exact thing, but I don't know if I've actually played Friends of Mineral Town, which is kind of crazy because I feel like everybody in the Harvest community has at least once, you know? It doesn't even really matter whether you've played any of the original Harvest Moon games or Story of Season, because this remake in itself is so amazing and the developers did such a great job on bringing back all the nostalgic original features of the game as well as adding in so much more to make the gameplay feel so much better and just bringing us all the things that we wish that we had previously and just adding more of a, I guess more of a story and just more to do in general, which I think was so great about this. I already have 2 other save files that I play with. Well, I mean, actually technically one other. So one other and then this one because my original one was just kind of like a tester, like to see what I liked about it and then just starting off a new one, and I think in that one I'm already in year 2. So I'm so excited to start this gameplay series and this new save file and just being able to start off from the beginning once again. So now what we're doing is naming our farm. Honestly, naming my characters, naming my farm, all those things are so hard for me. I think that the decision is so crucial to like my gameplay because when I'm playing for myself, I also have like a storyline that I want to go off of. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with, so I'm naming it Honey Farm just because I was trying to think of what can I name this to make it sound cute and then I don't know, just sound not weird. I mean, honey might be weird to you, but in my previous save file, I actually harvested a lot of honey, so I feel like, you know, what if we harvest a lot of honey in this one? Like, I think it'll be so cute to kind of like incorporate that into my game. So if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for even watching this video. I really appreciate it. This is one of my very first videos that I've ever recorded, especially for this gameplay series. It's my very first video, so it might be all over the place, but I kind of just wanted to give you guys an introduction of the game and what we can expect from it. So today's episode is basically just going to be me showing you around the town and just different things that we can do to get ourselves set up for the actual gameplay part of this whole series. So this calendar feature is actually one of my favorite parts of this entire remake. In all previous games, you cannot look at your calendar and see it from spring to winter. So the fact that they added that in there is so cool, and it just like, it makes me so excited because now I can see when to expect all the festivals, and then eventually we'll be able to see everybody's birthday of who we met. And I even love this feature too, like changing your outfit. I'm sad that we don't have more options, and I don't think that we can buy more outfits either. But I think that that was so cool that they added that in. And the cabinet too is so cool. I know we always have like a little storage area, usually, well, at least in the newer Harvest Moon games. But I don't know if Friends in Middletown actually had that. One of the most annoying parts about starting a new game in any type of game is like the tutorial portion of it. I personally like to figure out on my own how to do things. So when I'm sitting here trying to like click through tutorials and stuff, it's just like, oh my gosh, like just let me figure it out on my own. I don't need you to tell me how to pick up a watering can and how to use it, and I don't need you to tell me how to put my items in the shipping bin, because that's something I could easily figure out on my own. It's not that important for you to come to my house and harass me. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I get annoyed of that. But I mean, it's fun the first time, the very first time that you're playing the game. But when you keep seeing it, when you're starting it over again, it's like, come on, like there should be a part to opt out of that. But unfortunately, there isn't. So now we are in the part of the game where we can actually do things. So the first thing I'm doing is picking up these grapes so I can put them in the shipping bin because we need money ASAP. So obviously this is a little tutorial again, but the most important thing to do to set yourself up for the future in this game is to make as much money as possible. Like if you can make a lot of money quick, like that's the best thing that you could do. So this is a town map. As you can see, everything is on here. And if you click on any of the places, it'll tell you their hours and when they're closed, which is so amazing because now we don't have to walk all the way to the store just to find out that it's closed because you forgot. So that's really convenient. And then here is the farm map, so we can see everything on our farm. And when we have animals, it actually shows us where the animals are, and it'll show us if they're in the barn or not. So the first thing I actually want to do is I want to buy some seeds. I need to purchase seeds to be able to grow them because that is our moneymaker, like right away. So now I'm actually meeting some of the townsfolk. So this is a whole family. That's Anna, Basil, and Marie, I think. Yeah, Marie. And they're a whole family. She's actually one of the bachelorette options. I think that is so great that they've included same-sex marriage in this game. I know that there are other games where that is a thing. I can't particularly say for sure if Story of Seasons allows you to do that. I think they have in a previous game, like one of their newer games. But I know in the older games that were originally Harvest Moon, that was never an option. So I think that it's really great that they've included that in this game series because that is such a touchy subject for many people. And I think that regardless of your feelings about it, you need to be able to represent all types of people in different forms of media. So now I'm just kind of going around the town, just trying to see who I can meet, because I think it's very important to establish villager relationships like immediately, because you're gonna get a lot of like townspeople cutscenes, and there's gonna be certain things that you need to do, or that if you want to do it, you have to have a higher relationship with them. So now we're actually getting our first real cutscene. This is, I think, the Black Heart scene, the Black Heart event with the doctor. It's kind of sad, he doesn't even have a name, but whatever, it's Doctor. I don't really care about him. But this is our first heart event. I'm so excited. When you're in a heart event, basically you have to exit the building once they're done the events, like to be able to like do any of the normal stuff, like the normal conversations or like purchasing things. So we just have to get through it because I want to talk to the girl too to introduce myself. So in certain events, you actually get the option to choose an answer, and based off of whichever answer you decide on, you either gain friendship points or you lose friendship points with whatever character you're speaking with. So as you can see, the character right here, Doctor, he actually got excited for my answer, so that's how you know that we chose the correct answer for this particular event. So now you can hear that the music actually changed, so that's how you know that the heart event is actually over. And now we can do normal dialogue options with our characters in the town, and we can conduct business like purchasing things, but I'm not going to be purchasing anything today anyway. So I'm just walking around now. I forgot, if you examine certain things, you'll get this truth jewel, and if you collect 9 of them, something happens. I don't know what. I haven't gotten to that in any of my save files, but if you know what it is, let me know because I'd be very interested. But it's kind of hard to collect all the truth jewels, which is why I've never gotten that far. Now we're going to the harvest sprite, or I think they're called nature sprites in here, yeah. So we're seeing the nature sprites, just introducing ourselves because they are the biggest help to us when we actually start farming and when we have animals. So you want to get on their good side. When I have more money, I'll actually buy them a gift so I can give them daily gifts, so that way our friendship increases with them, so they'll do my chores. So there's not really anything very different about the town. Um, I think there's 2 areas that are different. I think that little area that I just saw was different from the original. And then there's a secret forest. We'll go to that later. But I'm just talking to more townsfolk just so that way we can get to know everybody. Because ideally I would like to meet everybody today. So that girl is Ran. In the previous games, her name was Anne, but now it's Ran. Of course, there's nobody here now. But she's a marriage candidate also. We did not unlock her Black Heart event, so we had to figure out whenever that's going to be, because my goal for this game is to get everybody at a green heart, so I can propose to them. Or not propose to them, but give them the confession. And that's great. He's also another marriage candidate. He works at the blacksmiths. I think, yeah, so it's just him, and the blacksmith is his grandfather, I believe. I always forget. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's his grandfather. So the blacksmith is where you can purchase specific tools for your animals and you can upgrade tools. So this is actually where we buy our chickens and stuff. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, Jennifer, the girl with the beanie, that is our newest marriage candidate. So she is not from the original game. She is brand new, so that's really exciting. Oh, we need 1,500 gold to be able to even buy a chicken. That sucks, but whatever. And then over right here, this is like where you purchase animals, but I forgot it's Monday, so they're not working. We already met the old man that runs the shop, Moogie. So I already forgot that was even closed. So this is why it's great that the town map shows us when things are open and closed, because I mean, I was already there anyway, but you know, I wouldn't have wasted my time if I was at home just to go. And this is Huang. I always forget how to pronounce his name. But we can sell things to him later, which is like the best thing ever. So my next video will be about trying to get Van's favorite item, which we can actually sell for many monies. So that is going to be very good for us to get rich very quick. So I'm actually trying to remember now where I forgot to go. So I know I haven't gone to the forest yet, but I feel like I was missing something. But I can't really remember. But for right now, let's just go introduce ourselves to, I think he's the carpenter, Gotts. And then he lives with the other marriage candidate, Brandon. So he is our newest bachelor candidate. In my previous save file, I actually married him just because he was new. And he was the easiest to woo, if I'm being real. Usually we have a lot of forageable items over there, but I couldn't find anything, which sucked, and I don't see anything here. So right here is where we find the harvest goddess. So we're gonna give her some grass because it is so important to start your relationship with the harvest goddess like as soon as possible. So I would suggest it on your very first day, like I'm doing. So this is where Jennifer lives, so that's Jennifer, the new girl. And then right in this river actually is where the Kappa lives, but we need cucumbers before we can meet him. So that's why I purchased cucumber seeds, so we can meet the Kappa, and also because they're very profitable. And now I'm just looking around to see what else we can forage. I guess it's only flowers today. But usually there's like bluegrass and other like fruit and stuff, but flowers are just as fine, and we can use that for the harvest goddess as well. So this is the little Mother's Hill lookout point. Honestly, there's nothing you could really do here except for look at the sky and have maybe like one or two heart events or something like that. So this is a pretty much useless area. You could see the sunrise when it's the new year, but that's pretty much it. You really can't do anything else with that area, so I rarely ever go there. I actually forgot to mention that that is the hot spring, so that's where you would go if you were losing your stamina. But as you can see, I have full stamina because I have not done a single thing today. That's actually what I should do. I should start clearing out an area for my seeds because they take a long time to grow and they have multiple yields, which is good, but I mean it takes a few days for them to even grow originally, so we have to make sure that we start that like as soon as possible so we can get money right away, because that's what this whole game is pretty much about, getting as much money as possible. So our seeds actually grow in a 3 by 3 pattern, which is so great. And Harvest Moon, Tree of Tranquility, and Animal Parade, I think, they're all different. I think it's like one bag of seed per like 1 square, or like 6 bags of seeds per like 6 squares, something like that. But like with this, I feel like it's more efficient, honestly. So that's really cool. Ooh, look, I got a power berry. So great. So you get that power berry pretty quickly, because you only have to hit the ground a few times and it'll fall out. I don't know if you guys can see, but my stamina is obviously going down, but if you see my little face, it's starting to get smaller and like change a little, and that's because I'm working so late. So as you work late, like later into the night, and even during like bad weather, your little face is gonna start getting worse sooner, and that could even help you, well, not help you, that'll cause you to pass out quicker. So you have to be very mindful of that. During the day, it won't affect you as much, but it'll still affect you if you are still working and you haven't taken a break or anything. So that's pretty much it for this episode. I had a lot of fun. This was just kind of like to introduce the game to you guys, but with the next episode, we'll actually get more into the gameplay and like getting rich quick. That's our whole motto for this gameplay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you guys next time.